I would like to welcome you, Kunal, as one of our esteemed speaker at this year's Global Testing Retreat, which is also the fifth edition of the conference. Thank you, Kunal. So, can I request you, Kunal, to introduce yourself?
Okay, hi, I am Kunal Ashar. I have around 7 years of experience in software testing, and currently I'm working as a senior QA engineer in Singapore. So mostly I have worked in product-based companies where I work on automation framework, automation tasks. So I expertise in leveraging automation framework or creating new framework, bringing out new strategies. So that's what my expertise is.
Thank you so much, Kunal, for sharing about you. So, I believe your topic is externalization of test cases for quick delivery, and you would be
Correct.
conducting a hands-on lab. So, we
Correct.
are very much excited for that. So, can you share something more on the topic and what would be the key takeaways after attending your hands-on session?
Sure. So the topic, like you said, which I have selected is test case externalization. The reason why I have selected this topic is I was involved in a lot of code reviews. I connect with engineers on LinkedIn and I see their code. So what most of them does is they use test engine to write the test cases, and they create test engine.xml to execute the test cases, and they trigger it from Jenkins. So if they want to remove any test case, or if there's any minor change in XML files, they make the change. They go through the entire commit process. They wait for someone to approve their merge request, so then it can be triggered from Jenkins. So this was consuming a lot of time. So then I came up with the approach of creating test ng at runtime. So what we do is we externalize all our test cases. We add multiple flags. We add, judging criteria on what basis our test case should be executed. When do we want to exclude a test case? When you can, say your test case is flaky or disabling a test case. So doing all that stuff from XML was tedious. So I came up with the approach to externalize it. And then based on the flags that I'm setting, I'm creating my test change at runtime, and then I'm triggering my execution. So if we are just running from Jenkins, you just need to provide your suite that you want to trigger, and everything will be handled via code. So there's no change, there is no commit, the process is quick. Again, if you are working on a specific bug ticket where you want to, verify all the impact area, the regression testing. So you can create a separate column for it, test case you want to include for this impact area, and just trigger your script, and you can mainly focus on the fix that was given by the developer to you. So that's what this talk is about. So key takeaways: we'll be creating an architecture where everything is externalized. No need to change the code base, even if you want to do n number of things. You just need to provide the column value that you want to refer, and everything will be taken care of.
Thank you so much, Kunal. And you mentioned about a classical problem that people face. It's like in the initial part, right? The commit thing
Correct.
and someone approving. And I think the new framework that you are providing and which you are giving would solve a problem to much extent. And I think there is a lot which people would learn and take away from the session. So thank you so much, Kunal, for taking that session. So moving ahead, I would like to ask you something on a personal note. So you are
Sure.
currently based out of Singapore,
Correct.
right? So I wanted to ask you something about your hometown. So it's like, would you like to share something where do you belong, or some special memories from your hometown?
Okay, so I belong from Mumbai. I have been born and brought up in Mumbai. I was staying in Mumbai for almost 26 years now. So I have a lot of memories in Mumbai. So it's like, if you haven't been to Mumbai, you should be there. You should, go and see Mumbai's nightlife. And the Mumbai is also called, city of dreams, the city that never sleeps. So it's true, if you go in Mumbai, even if you're out at 3 a.m. at the night, you will find some joint that is serving food to you, or some other places that is open to entertain you.
Thank you so much, Kunal, for that. So I also belong from Mumbai, and Mumbai is a wonderful
Oh, that's
city
good.
to especially. So because of this lockdown, I'm missing the Marine Drive visit.
Yeah, yeah, that's a must if you're a Mumbaiker.
Yes, Kunal, absolutely agree. So, Kunal, moving ahead, so you come with a lot of industry experience now, and since you might have worked for various clients and various companies, so I wanted to know you what keeps you going, or what is your passion? What keeps you going on a daily basis?
What keeps me going is uh, I was, in my initial days, I was fortunate enough to find out that my passion is automation. That's where I belong in all the branches of software testing. And what keeps me going is there are new things coming out, on daily basis. So I just want to see and explore and, know the difference with what is good for my project, what is bad. If something good is coming up, I want to implement it in my project and just keep learning and improving. So that's my only thing for day-to-day basis.
Thank you so much, Kunal, for that. I think keeping learning new things is very much needed in current times so that we stay relevant in the industry.
Correct.
So, Kunal, my next question is like we are seeing a lot of new tech coming up every day. We something. So,
Correct.
where do you see the current technology trend evolving, and where do you see the current tester placed in it? So, what should the tester learn, or what should he pick up in current times?
I think nowadays there are a lot of buzzwords which are coming up, but the most important factor to remember is know your roots. So software testing is the core. You make sure your software testing concepts are clear. After that, if you want to become an automation engineer, then you'll be able to, use your core knowledge when you write your automation script, when you write your automation scenarios. If you want to become a performance engineer, you can still use all those concepts while creating data, while figuring out how to configure your test and stuff. So follow the buzzword, but make sure you're following the right buzzword which are inclined toward your passion rather than going for what industry is asking for. So I started working as an automation engineer from my first company. I heard a lot of buzzwords in my 7 years of experience, but I knew my passion lied in automation engineering. So that's where I focused on. And if there is any buzzword related to automation, I would have a look at it. I'll then decide it for myself if it is good or not for me, for my project, and then I'll learn it. So it's like just don't follow the buzzword. Invest some time to figure out if it is good for you or not, and then you take the call.
Very rightly mentioned, Kunal. So it's like we hear a lot of buzzwords in the industry,
Correct.
such as AI, ML, IoT, and lot
Yes,
many other things. But it's very important, as you said, to keep our fundamentals strong so that we can figure out eventually what is our interest and we can move in that direction. So
correct.
thank you so much, Kunal, for adding that. So one final question before I let you go. So it's like we
Yeah.
have been working from home for quite some time now, maybe
Okay.
in Singapore as well, right? So,
Yes.
how has been your experience about the work from home thing? How has work from home treated you?
I think entire IT industry wanted work from home or remote work kind of culture. And I am working from home from last 8 months now, and I'm really tired of it. It's like you end up working long hours, and it's not good for your body, it's not good for your mental health. If you're going to office, you're meeting new people, you're collaborating with them, you are, creating new ideas, you're polishing new ideas over there. So I prefer that kind of environment where you discuss and you learn rather than going through some portal figuring out what's going on. So for initial phase it's fine, but for polishing your idea, I think collaboration is a must. That's why even communities comes in picture. uh, if you are good at something, you might not be the best at it, so that's why community helps you to share your knowledge, polish it, and take it to next level.
Very rightly mentioned, Kunal. So it's like earlier were the times where we used to demand work from home from
Right.
organizations, but now I think we are done with it for a long time, maybe. And community plays a very important role, Kunal, as you mentioned. So social interactions and community and all those things is what we are missing, Kunal, in this current times.
Correct. So everything is virtual. So even if you are, learning, but there's no collaboration, you are not communicating much with others from your own field. So I feel a bit bad about that. So I just want, to things to go back to the normal. So at least we can meet in a smaller groups or stuff.
Yes, Kunal. So let's hope for the best and let's hope that the coming year things get better and we are back in our offices soon.
Sure, hope
So
so. Hope so.
yes, thank you so much, Kunal, and I would like to welcome you once again from the entire team, the entire GTR team, as one of our speakers. Thank you so much, Kunal,
Thank
for
you.
spending your time and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you, and thank you to GTR for giving me this opportunity to present my talk as a lab session. And I'm really glad. Hope to see you guys on 12th and 13th of December.
Yes, sure, Kunal. Thank you so much.